Great day, and it is joy in our town. We welcome you today. We are excited about what we have to offer, information that we will be sharing with you today on how you can become emotionally healthy and some signs of what you might need to do to become emotionally healthy again. It's called an emotional tune-up. And we have Miss Tabi Upton with us today. She is counselor and writer, and we are glad to have her back with us on Joy in Our Town. Thank you so very much.
My pleasure.
I'm glad that you're here. Let's talk about what it means to be emotionally healthy. I need you to give me some indicators because I need to kind of know where I am today, okay?
Okay. You'll be our guinea pig.
So what does it mean to be emotionally healthy? Because we talk a lot about fitness.
Yes.
You know, and we come out of seasons where everybody's focused on getting fit.
Yes.
And we get fit in our bodies, and we get to the gym, and we change our habits, and even some of us get ready for diets, and some going into the new year are going to get on diets because we want to get fit. Because we want to be physically healthy.
Yes.
But beyond the physical, we have this emotional side to us. We are also emotional beings. The emotion is not what we see. It's what we feel.
Yes.
And so how do we make sure what we're feeling is a healthy feel?
Okay. Excellent question. An emotionally healthy person is someone who feels a zest for life. They feel their life has meaning and purpose. They have great relationships with people. They stay connected. They may have a sense of adventure. But they're people who have, for the most part, are able to deal with their emotions. If they have an issue, they want to work on it. They want to grow. They value that. And they're not afraid to look within. They're not afraid to open their hearts to other people. And they want to give. There's a sense of empathy and love for their fellow man. So that's basically what an emotionally healthy person is like. And because what we do is based on a lot of times what we feel, a lot of our emotional health is manifest on the outside. You can kind of see by some certain behaviors whether a person's healthy on the inside by what they do.
Right. If you are focused on yourself, it's about me.
Okay.
What you just described, that would be a sign of being unhealthy, huh?
For sure, except for when you're focused on yourself to heal and to grow, because we all should have a desire, like you're talking about with physical fitness, to be our optimal selves, you know, to be in shape, to be healthy physically, and also to be in shape mentally and emotionally, you know, the same way. And one of those marks is that you are able to work on yourself and yet reach out to other people, help them, think about them, reach out to them, connect to them.
So there is a time for the working on me.
Yes.
I need to work on me.
Uh-huh.
When do I know, like, I've been working on me long enough and I probably need to start working on somebody else, you know, because I mean...
Okay. Well, it's not really an either or, it's both, because sometimes even out of, let's say you're in a depression, sometimes one of the best ways to move through that is to go help somebody.
Right.
Even in your times of weakness or your low points, to reach out and connect. So it's, sometimes you need to connect in a small group or a group where people do hobbies that you love, and that's part of how you work on yourself. Helping other, tutoring or whatever may be part of how you work on yourself, because it builds you up to build other people up. So it's kind of a synergistic thing. It has
to happen at the same time.
It can happen at the same time.
It can happen at the same time. But let me ask you this. Can I get out of depression without helping somebody?
You sure could.
I can. So what are some of the, if you would do this for me.
Okay.
Can you give me like your clinical definition of depression, or, you know, whatever that is?
Okay.
And then can you kind of list some indicators of depression, just in case some of us need to do a checklist real quick?
Yes, because depression is the common cold of mental illness. Almost everyone in their life will experience a depression, either mild or more serious. But the foundational feeling of depression is sadness that lasts for most days for at least 2 weeks. Some people feel more irritable than sad, which means they're feeling anger, hostility, or something like that. But they may feel that emotion over sadness. And then after that, you may feel a lack of interest in things that you used to be interested in. You may have a tendency to isolate yourself. You may find yourself wanting to sleep more or not being able to sleep. You may find yourself eating more or eating less. You may feel empty. You may feel hopeless. Those are all symptoms of depression. I'm glad you're laughing because laughter can help bring you out.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot.
That's a
Those
lot.
are all. So it's just not one thing.
Yeah, you're
but
not
those,
eating, or you're eating too much.
Those are
you could
all
be depressed.
symptoms. Yes. That's why people call them, when people overeat, they say, well, I'm an emotional eater. Sometimes we stuff our feelings through eating or a host of other things. But those are the lists. If you look in the DSM, the manual to diagnose, there's a list of symptoms for depression.
What you have found in dealing with people is that if they can somehow redirect in their particular area of stress and maybe serve someone, that is a form of healing or a form of getting into a healthy place.
Yes. There are many things. I guess that's sometimes therapists don't land on you should do this.
Right.
Because there are many things. You will talk to a person and hear their story. Some people have a chemical imbalance. In the winter, this can be more pronounced because they're not getting enough sunlight, and that can cause depression. Not having enough vitamin D in your body can make certain people's moods go down, or being inside, being cold. The holidays can cause people.
Can we talk about the holidays?
Yes, because
we associate so much depression with holidays.
Yes.
Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming.
Yes.
And for a lot of people, that's a difficult season.
Very much so, because people think about their families during that time and joy and merriment, and sometimes they compare the ideal way they should feel or the ideal way things should be around the holidays with the real, and they see the gap, and that it makes them very unhappy. Or they've lost special people in their life, and they're thinking about them during this special time, and it brings up sadness for them. So I think people have to be aware of those things, and some people have to make plans that are different during the holidays. Some people, again, we talked about the chemical imbalance. You may have to take medication. You may have to get an extra lamp in your room. Sometimes people are depressed for past issues that they may have to take care of and heal from.
How do you become proactive in your own emotional health?
Well, the first thing is to prioritize it. It is part of the abundant life God has for us, to be healthy to our innermost being. So you don't want to live in denial of your pain or fake it till you make it all the time. Sometimes you have to do that.
You can't fake it till you make it. What?
Brief moments of time. Like to go on television. No. You do have to fake it till you make it for a few minutes. But in life, you just want to get it taken care of. You don't want a Band-Aid. You want to really feel good from the inside out. So prioritize balance in your life. Rest, work, play. Prioritize relationships. We were created for relationships. We don't do well without them. I mean, that's one of the biggest things I talk to people about in counseling, believe it or not. Who are your friends? Who can you tell everything to? Who are you connecting to on a weekly basis? That is one of the best ways to become emotionally healthy. If you find that you are distrustful and you avoid people and you're unforgiving and you're bitter, those are things that are going to make your life shrink. But when you're open and you're able to receive love and give love and feel that joy of connection and purpose and vitality, you are moving into abundant living.
Right. Back to fake it till you make it.
Okay.
What do you say to people? Because that's a term
we use it all the time.
We do. And I know there's somebody watching right now who is like, that's my life. Like, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I kind of fake it till I make it.
Yeah.
How do they break out of that? I mean, if you were counseling them, you know, and how do you break out of that? Because they may just feel like, you know what, everything I do, I always got to put on a smile. I always gotta, you know, especially if you're a public person. Because even there's some days I feel like I got to smile, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel
People
like smiling, but I got to, everybody's watching.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that and not allow that to depress you?
Yeah, that's a great question for two people who are. I'm a counselor, so I'm really supposed to have it all together. You're a pastor and bishop. I tell my clients that when I need to see a counselor, I see a counselor.
What do you say?
Some of them are shocked by that.
What do you say?
What do I say in my counseling?
No. I'm just my grandmama would have said that.
Okay. Yes. Because, you know, I think we have to choose not to be inauthentic. If I think it's fine for somebody to come to me for help, then it should be fine for me to go to someone else for help. That's humility. That's wisdom. That's saying we are equal.